Hey Ken, it is May. We made it to May, and I am sitting out here in the middle of the night. It's a day after the full moon, but it's still out there. That's it right here. That's a street lamp, and that's the full moon. And preparing to preparing to digest recent accomplishments and achievements. That's what I'm personally doing. Taking in all this new year, spring energy, seeing what has harvested in the last 6 months till now. That's a general reflection. Then further 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, and 18 years ago, and 25 years ago. So write down those numbers and see how old you were, and see what message you would have for yourself in these consecutive periods of your time. Where were you, like, if those parts of yourself 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 18 years ago, and 25 years ago were to meet with you now in a conference. You'll have to go for tea, go to the beach, wherever your favorite spot is, do your favorite activity together in peace and quiet and joyful solitude and communion. What show and tell would you have for each other, right? So that's one part of the exercise and focus for where we are. And then the next one is find a space in nature. I specifically mean nature like trees, earth nature, but it can be nature like nature of the beast. It can be a quality, it can be a character. So find an aspect of nature or nature itself. For me, I'm probably going to use the sea and trees, as those are my favorite physical aspects of nature. And maybe also mountains. Those are my top 3 faves. And find yourself in them. How are you like them? And spend some time in recognizing and recognizing the nature of your relationship to these aspects or qualities of nature. If you decide to do a character quality of nature, I would say for me it's truth, trust, and stability. Those are, and home, the concept of home, and a soft place to land, like how the sand is a soft place to land for a calm sea or a turbulent sea, right? So that's me doing my show and tell, my favorites. So you do yours, and of course you can send it in or do it privately. You can send it in and ask me to share it on our private page, or you can just send it in for me, just between you and me, for one-on-one space. Whatever, obviously always share what's shareable, whatever you want, yeah? Okay, so that's the exercise. And I'll timestamp these and I'll send it so you can do the exercise, and then you can also go straight to the reading for the Pioneer Month. So I'm going to just jump into the reading for us. So the top quote of the reading says, "The study of change is the study of survival." And that's a quote by Edward T. Hall. And it goes on, it says, "May emphasizes balance and extremes, relationships, relatives, domestic matters, location, health, healing, responsibility, justice, forgiveness, and peace." So that's a lot. So I would write those each down and see how you relate to those, right? So pause as needed and do that, especially because this month we're meeting telepathically. So just tune in on the 3rd Saturday. We'll all be tuning into each other, all be thinking of each other. I will send a message. I'm not sure I'll have internet where I'll be on Saturday at that time, but you'll get it at the right time, and trust the sync as per usual. So yes, okay. It is important to base your decisions on your true feelings. However, because you may be feeling extremely protective towards yourself and loved ones, you must also be careful not to jump into conclusions or prejudge anything. In May's energies, the events may force you to focus on home or family matters, on those you love or those whom you are closely connected. If you have depended on someone or something too heavily, you will now realize that nothing and no one can be taken for granted in this pioneering year. And because so much emotion is involved in this cycle, an extreme or uncomfortable situation could emerge, even though it may not be entirely unexpected. Accept that everyone is living and evolving at their own pace, and don't try to manipulate or control. Don't take on responsibility that is not yours. Responsibilities that are not yours. You may think you are responsible for someone else's problem, or that they are responsible for yours. You may believe it is your responsibility to keep everyone happy, or you may think you have no responsibilities at all. You may even find yourself being held responsible for something. This may be difficult to understand right now, but your responsibility is clear. You must take care of yourself first. Otherwise, you will wear yourself out and be unable to take care of anything else. While others are caught up in their own changes, you may find yourself with a new problem to solve, or a deeply emotional situation to deal with. Assess where you truly fit into it. Appreciate the feelings and needs of all concerned. And Sacred Dialogue will say appreciate. Breaking it down means add value. So recognize, affirm, articulate, acknowledge, and then add value, and be aware of where value is being added to you by your interpretation, by your measure, right? So when we say appreciate, that's how we open it up and go into the etymology, right? So do what you can to help, but encourage others to find their own solutions, and remember that independence is this year's theme. A know-it-all, self-righteous, or judgmental attitude is a sure sign that you are denying some powerful feelings, such as fear, grief, pain, or anger. And of course, all that comes with hurt, right? Or the base of that is hurt, and all that is frustration of us being unable to feel safe enough in ourselves and in our spaces to commune with that hurt and make it valid, make it true, describe it, honor it privately first, and then of course in whatever the public and social space is. Until the lessons of love and responsibility are learned, this leg of the journey may jolt you from one extreme to another. Focus on your home. Or are you wondering where your real home actually is? As an old reality ends and a new one starts to form, try to renew your faith in yourself and in life. No matter how restless you feel, you are in the right place, and this is the right time to gain the experience that you need. Begin to expand a project that is dear to your heart. Oh, that sounds nice. I'll be definitely doing that. I can't wait to share that more with you guys soon. Stop judging yourself from the perspective of who you used to be, and bring yourself to the new level of commitment that you are in. You will always be what you judge yourself to be, and until you change a particular way you see yourself and what you are capable of, true satisfaction may never be reached. And then you will have to deal with the frustration of not knowing why. You have reached the outer edges of a brand new beginning in life. You will walk confidently into it now. Will you? Will you take a greater responsibility for your own well-being and happiness? Under what circumstances can you? Write that down, pause and take that time. Feel that through. Send me a voice note. Agree, disagree, remember. Will you accept this new path of love and balance and connection? If you find yourself traveling to unfamiliar roads during May, this is an indication that you are really ready to take a different, exciting, and more responsible path out there in the world. And also in here, in this world, right? In you, both, and all, and more. And that no matter how hard it is to let go of the past, once you do, a new and better tomorrow will be able to form. This month, a new understanding about love can result in a loving new beginning or a fresh start. So we'll close on that. What are the fresh starts that are at hand? Are you anticipating? Are you inspired by? Whether you have your own fresh starts or you're observing other people's fresh starts. The fresh start in the garden, the fresh start in spring, the seasons changing, the fresh starts of nature, the fresh start of your own nature, fresh starts that are on your horizon that you are anticipating. You might still be afraid or have anxiety, but still also alongside that there is expectancy and great anticipation. Things that you're feeling a great pregnant pause and fertility and creativity about. Fresh starts that you want to propose to yourself and others. New collaborations, interdependent collaborations. What does fresh start mean and look like to you right now? Let's do the etymology of fresh and start. I love you so much for loving yourselves and taking yourselves on the journey to understand what that is. And I look forward to seeing us in June. If I might need to also reschedule June, and I'll give you ample notice. So June might have to be rescheduled to the fourth week, because I think I will be traveling in June. And so we might have to do 2 months of telepathy and rescheduling for June. So this month for me, we're just doing telepathy. So tune in, find us a spot at 8:30 p.m. on Saturday, St. Lucia time. Think of me, I'll be thinking of you. And do your nature recognition, relationship recognition, and recognizing. Think of it and think of it again, and think of it from each angle, and think of it from your nature 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 18 years ago, 25 years ago to now. All of these aspects of your nature sitting down and communing and iron sharpening iron and show and tell, like what parts of you are you able to weave in and bring through and pull that string and be like, whoa, look at that tapestry. Look at me go. Look at us now. Hey. What else? Let me know what song is getting you through this month. What song do you have on repeat? And let's do 3. Give me a local, international, and regional. Local, regional, international song that's on your heart. Or share a chorus of some song that you're working on, or some creativity that you're working on, creative thought, creative idea, picture, video, some sort of shareable communique. Again, always a love offering. Always, if you want, always share what's shareable, and you can always share it with me here, right? Just, you can share it with me, you can speak to me on the wind. I'm always listening in, and I love you so much. Mwah!